What's going on, guys? It's Michael MGF, and today I'm redoing another LEGO Star Wars 2014 analysis video on the recently revealed Sandcrawler that was shown by the LEGO group at Bricks Cascade, and I am just super hyped for this. It's going to be about $300, and it's going to be coming out in May, actually, the LEGO group said, and clearly they're aiming for like a May 4th, May the 4th be with you Star Wars Day release kind of thing, as they usually do with some sets, and that sounds cool. It's just, let's hope that they actually stick to that and don't release it 2 weeks early and surprise us, but maybe hopefully they will, because then it will be awesome, because getting sets 2 weeks early with the whole VIP program is actually a pretty cool system, and this set overall looks great. It's way bigger than the previous version and hopefully more sturdy than the previous version, as the previous Sandcrawler from years ago, I remember my friend bumped into it and the entire thing just somehow collapsed from the interior. I don't even know how that's possible. That it happened years ago, and this set has a personal value for me because the Sandcrawler meant a lot to me when I was younger, and because it was just the coolest set, and I was so happy because my dad and I built it together, and it was just a really fun time, the Sandcrawler, until, like I said, it collapsed from the inside after my friend bumped it on the outside. However, that was possible at the time. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the new minifigures, all of which are exclusive, and then we will proceed to the actual massive Sandcrawler. Now, before we start, I should probably mention this is my first time doing an analysis video that isn't just a lineup of sets, but rather just one massive UCS set, and I mean, there were just too many awesome and clear pictures of this thing to just let it slip by. I really wanted to do this analysis video, so here we go with the new Owen Lars minifigure, and it just looks really fantastic. We have not received an Owen Lars figure since the original Sandcrawler way back in 2006, so this is really exciting. Completely new Owen Lars minifigure, very accurate, and just honestly zero complaints with him. He looks fantastic, and he does have two facial expressions as well, and just very reminiscent to that of the actor Phil Brown, who portrayed him in A New Hope, and just a really great minifigure overall. And then with the Sandcrawler, we do have the new Luke Skywalker, and this Luke Skywalker is really awesome. I may be mistaken, but I may not be, but I do not believe his torso is new, but his head and legs are definitely both new. His head actually having two facial expressions as well. And while the, more silly facial expression doesn't really look as good as the primary one, it's still a really nice Luke Skywalker overall. And the Jawas have received their own update. Instead of just having small little yellow dots, their eyes are much bigger and have two shades of yellow, which definitely look pretty cool. Personally, I would have preferred to get a update with the hood. Some sort of new hood would have been nice, as this is getting kind of old for the Jawas, but it's still okay because it doesn't really take away that much from the Jawas, and their torsos are all completely new. All of these Jawas do actually feature ion blasters as well, and they look really cool. One of which is portrayed using a megaphone piece, and yeah, now you'll notice with the Jawas, they all have different and unique torsos, which is really cool, adding for some, variety within them. And I wouldn't say all of their torsos are new, but there are different torsos within the Jawas so that they're all different from each other, is what I was getting at there. And then we do have a Gonk droid. He does count as a minifigure if you ask me. We're practically just going to go over all the minifigures and the droids. And this Gonk droid is a really nice new design with a new printed piece on the front. Nothing too exciting, but definitely really nice update to the design. And I loved abusing those in LEGO Star Wars, the video game. And then we have a new C-3PO. The head isn't new, but the torso and legs are both completely new, and they just look a lot better. And you'll notice with this C-3PO variant, we do have the restraining bolt designed onto his torso, just like in the film, which is super awesome. And finally, we have the silver print on C-3PO's right leg, which is super exciting because it's been too long that we've gone with so many C-3POs that just haven't had that silver. So this is just, very detailed and very accurate, and definitely the right direction for C-3PO's minifigure. And then there's a look at the back of the torso as well, which is completely new. And yeah, then we have this new green R2 unit, which is completely new and exclusive to this new Sandcrawler, which is just a basic look for an astromech droid, but still really awesome. And I definitely love the green, as it's a really nice and vibrant color, and overall just a great design if you ask me. And we do have the new R2-D2 with this set. This R2-D2 was introduced with the new Jedi Interceptor that I actually just reviewed, which was my last video, and it's a really awesome new R2-D2, and as I mentioned in that review, there really isn't a whole lot of anything new with this R2-D2 other than the fact that he does have a newly colored dome and a newly colored blue color for him, and it's really nice with the updated dark blue. And I mean, generally it's just an R2-D2 with some color changes, but still great to get in this set. And then we do have R5-D4, and R5-D4, he's an iconic astromech droid as well, and he's really awesome, also included with this set in all of his malfunctioning glory, and just looks really great. And I believe he is also a new astromech as well, as we have not seen him before. I mean, we have seen him before, but not with this new mold and this new print. And yeah, then we do have a Treadwell droid as well, and he looks really awesome. Now, you'll notice that he does both of the, well, if you look at this picture here, both the Treadwell droid and the R1 series droid, we do have the, binocular piece used for their head, which is definitely the accurate way to go with both of these droids. And I definitely love the Treadwell droid with all four of his arms. Looks really awesome. And for the most part, the minifigures just really look great with this set overall. And yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much it for the minifigures. There really isn't a whole lot else going on here other than just Luke, Owen, the Jawas, and all of these new droids. But still, all of these minifigures are new and exclusive to the Sandcrawler, and you definitely get what you would expect with the Sandcrawler. I mean, it's really fantastic. I think, honestly, I mean, maybe we could have gotten some Stormtroopers or maybe a new Ben Kenobi, but we're getting both of those in the Mos Eisley Cantina, so who cares, honestly, because we get a really fantastic variety of minifigures to populate this new and awesomely designed Sandcrawler. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at that beast of a Sandcrawler. I should probably mention that I am going to make mistakes throughout this analysis video. I always do, but that's why I have you guys. So to avoid me giving any misinformation that isn't true, then be sure to leave the correction in the comments below so that, like I said, I'm not giving away false information and that you guys truly understand what's going on here if I end up making a mistake, which I probably will. But the Sandcrawler, here it is. This is insane. This is much bigger than the previous, and the most noticeable change with the Sandcrawler, not only the difference in size, but the fact that it now has been made of just practically the exterior is made up of primarily just plates, while the original Sandcrawler was made up of practically all bricks. So it's a really nice change and a much more accurate way to go, and kudos to the designer behind this. The link to the designer video will be in the description below by LEGO Group themselves, and you've listened to the designer talk about it himself in that video. And this just looks really great for the most part, and I love the variety of brown, reddish brown, the orangey brown color, the dark tan pieces, and especially the highlight of the yellow transparent lights on the very top of the Sandcrawler there. And yeah, the freaking Sandcrawler, the Jawa's mobile home. And speaking of the Jawas, you can see all of them inside the control room piloting this giant Sandcrawler that they use, and you can see it just looks really spacious in there. Actually, you can see it seats all three of the Jawas, and there are quite a few stickers in there, but still really awesome. And I especially love the sticker that you can see right there with them targeting C-3PO to pick him up as well. So that's a really nice feature, and that closes right back up, and it's just overall really great. And something else to point out is that the Sandcrawler does actually have a speeder that the Jawas can use to go out and look for droids, or whatever they would use it for. So that's a nice little implementation that the LEGO Group has with this set. And you can see there on the top we have the entire top practically lifts off, and then you have you can just set that aside, as you can see it right there, separately from the Sandcrawler, and you have a lot of space in there, a lot of Technic, but it still looks really awesome, and you can do a lot with this. I mean, this is just like an Ewok Village type set. It may be even better because I honestly love the Sandcrawler as a vehicle. It's just a classic, and you can see we do have the opening hatch, of course, with the Sandcrawler, and you can see it actually opens up if you have to turn a certain Technic wheel, and then once you turn it all the way, then the hatch comes down, and it's actually held in place by a couple of chain pieces. So that's really awesome and definitely a nice touch. Not to mention the crane, which does extend out from the interior of the Sandcrawler, and you can see it's really nice as well. You can see using some hinge pieces, it is definitely pretty posable. Not to mention the actual crane arm pieces themselves, which are just made up of some Technic pieces. And you just look around the Sandcrawler, and you can see like the little rod pieces used there with some ventilation behind them, and all the different stickers. The amount of detail and the amount of, you know, techniques that are used with this design are fantastic. And I love how they have the angular pieces, you know, sitting on top of themselves on the sides of it, just to make sure they have that little crack running through the middle, just for that added detail. Little things like that are just a really nice nod to the whole Ultimate Collector Series aspect of this set. And you can see we do have the signature functionality that is the main hose. Now, obviously in the movie, R2-D2 goes all the way into the hose, but that's not the case given that this is a Lego set, and of course it is out of scale, so they can't really go any further than what they have done here, which is fine. And you can just pretend that he gets sucked up anyway, but you can actually lift the crane up and then drop R2-D2 right back into the Sandcrawler once you have the actual cover lifted off of it. So that's a really nice feature as well, and it's just really spacious inside the Sandcrawler, as I already mentioned. And it actually does have some crates. You'll notice that you have these little flaps on the side that does open up, and inside you have these crates. And once again, nice detail within the ventilation where those crates are stored. Great detail. And in these crates you have various little droid parts that you can make. The designer said to make your own droid, but honestly I just think it's, you know, meant for the extra pieces that are included with the set. I doubt you can actually make your own droid with the extra pieces that are included, but still really awesome regardless of that. And it's just, like I said, an amazing amount of detail. And what's really cool about the speeder bike as well is that it does actually have a crate, and this crate is used to be attached directly to the Sandcrawler itself, or the Sandcrawler speeder bike itself, and then you can store whatever droid you'd like in there, so you can have the Jawas transport the droids around. And it is definitely really awesome for the most part, and just a lot of different functionalities. Now let's talk about the treads. The treads are really awesome as well, because the treads, obviously they're made up of 8 different separate treads, and the back ones actually rotate. You can use this one Technic wheel on the back and then you spin it, and they will turn, making it much easier to steer. And clearly you can tell the treads, if you couldn't already tell, this entire thing is capable of maneuverability, therefore you can move it around, and it's just great for not only playability but as a display piece. I mean, this is going to be amazing. Obviously I'm in the middle of moving right now, and I'm not actually in a house, so I don't actually have any shelves set up or anything right now, but when I do move in, this thing's going to look so fantastic on the shelves when I'm done reviewing it. And just something that's just really great about this, to me personally, is the level of detail and all the different unique stickers that were implemented to this thing. Just a lot of different areas to note on here, and you can see the top as well does have its own share of like, you can see the different little details on the top that you would expect on the top of a Sandcrawler, but definitely executed in a great way, a great fashion. And yeah, you also have a crane on the opposite side from the hose that actually is used to lift up sort of like the barrels, and that just uses some basic robot arms, but is still really fantastic regardless. And you can see on that same side we do actually have a ladder as well, which is definitely super awesome. And you can see we have these hatches on both sides that open up. This entire thing practically opens up in about every regard. I mean, you can see there are a total of about 5 hatches on this thing that open up, and making this a very accessible model for a lot of reasons. And yeah, now if we go ahead and take a look at the interior, the LEGO Group actually included this shot of the interior, which is really cool. You can see we have the Jawas all doing whatever a Jawa would do, and you can see there, one of them right there is holding the head of R5-D4, which is pretty cool. And you can see all the different you know, Technic pieces, and it's just really spacious, even though you would expect it not to be. And you can see you have that little crate right up there to the top left. You have the crate coming through the little hatch, so there is a little hatch on the side that can be utilized to take that crate with the droid inside and dump it in, and that is how the Jawas retrieve their droids for, you know, their repurpose when selling them. So I mean, really amazing features. I'm sure I'm probably missing one. It's just, based on the pictures I've seen and my memory from the actual designer video, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything here, but it is still a fantastic design overall, the Sandcrawler, and I definitely honestly adore what they've done here. It's just really great. And I think that just about concludes this analysis video, but there might be a cut here if I end up finding another feature during the editing process, but hopefully not. And if I did or made any mistakes, be sure to let me know in the comments below, so this video, like I said, offers as much accurate information as possible. But if you'd like to see it in even more depth by the designer himself, be sure to check out the link in the description to the official LEGO Group designer video. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this analysis video. Let's go ahead and conclude it, and now I can get back to finishing up the winter reviews so I can get ready for this monstrosity, because it'll be out before you know it. And knowing the LEGO Group, if they choose not to stick to the whole May the 4th be with you Star Wars Day release, this thing's gonna be out in the middle of April, 2 weeks prior to its actual release, but hopefully not, so I have a little bit more time to get ready for it, because a review of this scale is gonna take a lot of recording, hours of recording, and hours of editing that I am looking forward to and am not looking forward to, but still a really fantastic recreation of the Sandcrawler. And like I said, for me this has a huge personal value, because the Sandcrawler was just a really fun set, and I was so excited when I did get it, but not excited when it collapsed on me. But I mean, like I said, a ton of features packed into here. I really hope I didn't miss one, but if I did, I do apologize. But that's pretty much it for my analysis video, guys. Amazing design, amazing level of detail, amazing level of features, amazing exclusive figures. Overall, a fantastic recreation of the Sandcrawler, and definitely going to be probably the best LEGO Star Wars set of 2014. I did catch myself on something, and it's this guy, R1G4, I believe is his name, but he's not officially listed on the set, you know, like the list of minifigures, for, at least from what I saw. I mean, I looked for this, and I wasn't able to find it myself, but I believe he's R1G4, and he's a pretty cool droid himself. We saw him with the previous Sandcrawler, and my god, have the designs changed, but he does have his own unique printed piece, and overall, a simple design, but definitely effective and accurate for what he's supposed to be. He's included with the set as well, so definitely pretty awesome to see him again. And yeah, so now, without further ado, let's go ahead and conclude my first ever single set analysis video. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this analysis video, and I couldn't really catch anything else that I might have missed as I rewatched the designer video just a second ago, and like I said, I couldn't catch anything that I didn't already address in this analysis video. But if you caught something, please do let me know in the comments so that you are gaining the most knowledge that you can from these analysis videos, because that is the sole purpose, regardless of whether I can remember everything or not. And yeah, guys, so kudos to this guy. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, but he pronounces his own name in the designer video, as I said, linked below. Awesome dude, and really glad the LEGO Group, you know, had him, make a new design of the Sandcrawler, as it's, like I said, it's an iconic set from my childhood. And a small story is Christmas of 2006, my mom, it might have been 2007 actually, 2007 I believe, my mom actually bought this Sandcrawler at the LEGO store, and my sister and I ran out because it was in the trunk of the car, and we peeked, like right on the night of Christmas Eve, we peeked in the back of the car, and I saw the Sandcrawler, and I just like got so excited, and I built it with my dad over the next few days, and it was just a really awesome set for me personally, and I have so many memories from it. So to see this is just exciting for me, and just like I said, the nostalgia is out of this world awesome, and I'm so looking forward to the Sandcrawler. And there were a bunch of reviews that I wanted to do this year, guys, that didn't exactly happen, such as the Simpsons house. That was one that I wanted to review, but I mean, when you're in the middle of moving, certain things like that don't exactly happen. So I want to review the Sandcrawler, I do, and I will do my very best, and hopefully when this set comes out, either in the middle of April or on May 4th, or whenever the LEGO Group plans to release it within the middle of April and then into the month of May, I will, have the $300 on me. But like I said, when you're moving, things are tight, and I am doing my best regardless, guys, and I hope you are aware of that, and I will do my best to review the new 2014 UCS Sandcrawler. But for the most part, guys, that is it for this analysis video, and if you enjoyed it or found it informative, be sure to leave this video a like below, as your support really does go a long way. It's not as easy to make these analysis videos as you think. All this editing that you saw, like, went into this video, you might have noticed all the pictures changed and were, synced up to what I was talking about. Well, I had to sit there for the past like 4 hours just making sure everything was right and up to par as close as I could get it. So yeah, like I said, your support is very much appreciated. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Links to both of those are also in the description below, and there I post all kinds of behind the scenes photos and updates of what I'm working on and what's to come for my channel. Some super awesome stuff I have planned for both the months of April and May, stuff that I've been working on since November, and I am really looking forward to finally showing it to you guys. And if you follow my Twitter and Facebook, you probably already know what that stuff is. But yeah, guys, that's it for the Sandcrawler, and I cannot wait for it. It's going to be freaking awesome. I am terrified by how long it's going to take me to record and edit the review on it, but I'm still looking forward to the actual set regardless. And man, been so long, been since 2006, and here we are with the new Sandcrawler. That's awesome. Alright guys, that's it, and I'll see you later. Alright, I'm like losing my voice here for so much recording. Okay.
Bye!
I don't know which droid this is. I could probably figure it out. I should probably do that. I'll look at the old Sandcrawler. It'll probably have it there. Gosh damn it. I mean, you have a storage room in there, you have the cockpit area, and a really awesome set of interior rooms. No, not rooms.